The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host are for entertainment purposes only.
Yep.
Do not get mad.
Nope.
Do not get upset.
Don't.
Do not get offended.
Uh-uh.
Do not pass go.
Cry baby.
Do not collect $200. Instead, pay us, and then we'll shut up.
Yeah. Get ready to get antsy. What's going on, podcast? Early Bird and Ninja. Yo, this is Ninja.
This is Early Bird the Night Wolf. It's a Gemini thing. I don't expect you to understand it.
And this is
What's going on?
What's Going On podcast. All right, so topic of discussion today, as you see, I got my lucky dragon with me.
Shinra.
So he's gonna hang around with us today. Topic today. So what we're talking about, Earl?
We are talking about video game exclusives and do they make sense in this day and age?
That's a very
very
good word. Well, you go first. Let me hear what you have to say about this shit.
Do they make sense? No. I think there's always an exception to the rule.
Right.
So, do video game exclusives make sense? No, they don't. However, there's always an exception to the rule, and I feel like Nintendo will probably be the exception to the rule. But for PlayStation and Xbox, I don't see the whole point of making your games exclusive. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, I could understand you have exclusive content in those games. For example, if I was Microsoft, I would make Halo available on PlayStation. However, since it is a Xbox studio, it belongs to Xbox, people who play on Xbox will get exclusive armor, weapons, maybe DLC, something, I don't know. Give them something for being loyal to your brand.
Right.
But other than that, man, I really don't see the point of the games being exclusive. I mean, because you're in the business to make money.
Right.
And I just feel like Xbox and Sony, their games are not powerful enough, strong enough to make somebody say, I'm going to buy that console for that game. Like, don't get me wrong, like Halo is my favorite ever. Like, it's my favorite game ever. Like, it's my favorite story ever. And I got like I got this thing here. I got Master Chief. This little controller thingy.
Oh, you know what's funny? I got that same one. Jaden bought me that shit. I got it somewhere. I got to bring it out.
So it's like I love the franchise, bro. But I'm not gonna buy an Xbox just for Halo.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm not. And I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation just for God of War or Spider-Man. I'm not doing it, bro.
Right. Yeah, no. All right, so this is my intake on that. I think, all right, so I could be wrong. This is just me thinking out loud as a gamer. But I think that Xbox is really out to buy out the top of the top IPs they can grab. You know what I'm saying? With them buying out all these studios, because I don't know if you noticed, but this is the wave now. Like, these companies are buying out studios instead of having them independent. Yeah. So I think what Xbox was trying to do is literally buy out all these things, and I thought I'm thinking at one point there's gonna be, whether it's not soon or 10 years or 20 years, there's not gonna be no consoles. I'm almost certain. It's just gonna be strictly stream. I think what Stadia was doing or did or tried to do, even though they failed, but I think what they were doing was the first step of cloud gaming. That was the first step, and I think Microsoft and Sony were watching from afar. Like they wanted to see how this works for Google. And don't get me wrong, I'm a gamer, dude. I buy everything. I got all systems. I bought Stadia. I got the controller. I bought the Google Chrome that can play the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Was it bad? No, it wasn't. It actually worked really well if you have a good connection. I bought Cyberpunk and Star Wars Unleashed, whatever, or not Unleashed, the Jedi, the last one that came out, whatever that shit is. And I played them. Cyberpunk obviously didn't work out well because Cyberpunk was trash because of the way their launch was terrible. The game is good now, but the launch was terrible. It was buggy, it was messy, it was just gross. But I played a bunch of other games and it worked good. Is it something I want to look forward in, like look in the future for? Yeah, I think it could work. I think cloud gaming can work if they had the game to back it. I think the problem with Stadia, they didn't have no third-party support at all. And they have no first-party games. So they dropped this thinking they were going to get all this third-party support, and I don't think they did. The only games you can get on there were I don't want to say low budget, but games that were already released years ago. You know what I'm saying? It was their life cycle was done. All the games that were dropping weren't I could get them anywhere else for probably cheaper.
But the third, they didn't get third party support because all the third parties are bought by
and that was leading to my next point. With all the inquiries that they were getting up, all the places that they were, all the studios that were getting bought out, they were just. I think they were just yo, we can't get no exclusives here. There was no exclusives, so most of the games that were dropping were old. I mean, yeah, you play it on this server, you could play it anywhere. That was the cool part. All you had to do was have your phone or your thing, and you could play it anywhere, your controller, whatever. But they closed. They closed down shop, and they actually sent me my money back for all the stuff I bought. Yeah, and I ended up with a brick of a controller that I think I probably threw out when I should have kept it, because that probably would have became a
collector's item.
A collector's item. Yeah, I should have. I ain't even gonna. I know I should have. Fuck, I should have kept it. I was moving and I was like, oh, I don't need this shit. I literally just chucked it out. I don't know if I was just not in the mood for that shit, but it was just laying around the house collecting dust. Should have kept it. It's probably gonna end up like an Atari now, but the control was actually really good. You know, believe it or not, I prefer the Google's controller over Xbox's controller. That's how good it was, bro. It was not a bad controller. It was very well built.
I gotta see it.
Bro, it was a really good controller.
Google Stadia?
Yeah, Stadia. And like I said, it had potential, but it didn't live up to the hype because they had no games. So now, going back to your original question, Xbox, yeah, it does. Xbox having all these exclusives or all these God damn it, Stadia, not Stadia. All these programmers and everything, and all these studios that are creating all these games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking Xbox is trying to go for world domination at this point when it comes to video games. I think what they're trying to do is, they know the future is going to be cloud gaming. That's a no-brainer. You already know cloud gaming is not where it needs to be, but it's going to get there sooner than we think. If they get cloud gaming to a point where everybody has access to Xbox, no matter what, they win. They win. Listen, I bought my new TV, my new Samsung TV, just a couple months ago. Brand new Samsung. It comes with Xbox Cloud only. Yeah. Cloud gaming. I know it's not access to. Don't get it twisted. You cannot access all your library. It's just cloud gaming for now. Does it work well? It's a little choppy. I don't think it works as well as Stadia did. I don't know if Google just had the manpower, but it works. Now, with them owning all those studios and everything, I think eventually when Microsoft gets into your house without having a system, they win, because You could bring in your TV and play Xbox. You could bring it, if they get, bro, I was on my Quest the other day. Xbox, I keep saying Google. Xbox has a streaming device on Quest. So even on your VR, you can play your Xbox games.
Okay.
Do you understand what that means? That means they're planting their seeds everywhere. Right. If you could put Hulu on your phone and Xbox on it, Netflix, you could put Xbox. So that's what I'm saying. I think Xbox is trying to buy out these studios because they know cloud gaming is coming. They know they don't have to make systems anymore. All they have to do is acquire all the studios they need, and they don't need to be exclusive shit was popping before. You bought a Nintendo to play Mario. You bought a PlayStation to play God of War or Crash Bandicoot or whatever the generation you bought your shit at. You bought an Xbox to play Halo. Microsoft is turning it up a notch. They're like, yo, how about we don't need exclusives? If we own everything, we can put everything everywhere. And you can play it anywhere. So if they own all the shit, they could put an Xbox app on your Switch. And you can play Xbox games on your Switch. Like this is what they're trying to do. They're not fighting face to face anymore. Now they doing it differently now. I think what's happening, Sony is feeling that pressure, and they know that they don't have that many exclusives anymore. I mean, besides Spider-Man and God of War and a couple Final Fantasy games, what do you got? Like even Kingdom Hearts and all these other games. Soon you're gonna start seeing them on other platforms.
Ain't Kingdom Hearts on Xbox?
Yeah, it's on Xbox now. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I see.
They're losing that. There's no money in exclusives anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there but there isn't.
I don't think there is, because what I'm saying is, okay, let's take like Street Fighter. If there was money in exclusives, when they made Street Fighter exclusive to PlayStation, they would have done it again this year.
Yeah.
But they made Street Fighter 5 a PlayStation exclusive. But this year, Street Fighter is on all of the consoles, because they might have paid them some money, but Sony might have paid Capcom some money for it to be exclusive. But I don't think it was. I don't think it was good enough.
No.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I think that we'll try it. We'll see what it's like, and then when they. We could have made this much. We could have made that much. We could have made this. It doesn't make sense, because if it made sense, they probably would have made it exclusive.
No, I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like I think Sony is feeling the pressure of having these exclusives, and I think Sony is they're trying to hold on to something that doesn't matter anymore, which is exclusives. As you can see. Xbox lost Bungie a couple years ago, and everybody thought that was the end, and it wasn't. Quite frankly, I think Halo is it's more popular than ever. You know what I'm saying? Bungie does what's that fucking game they do now? Destiny. It's a cool game, but you don't hear a lot of people really talking about it.
You know what I'm saying? Turmoil. Right now.
It's just not what you thought it was gonna be. Like, yeah, it was cool when it started, but now it's just dying out.
And then on top of that, Bungie, they were acquired by Sony, but then they had to do like a bunch of layoffs because it wasn't doing so well.
Exactly, and that's what happens when you try to. And I'm not trying to say Bungie was being greedy, but I just think they thought. Like, yo, if we could shop the world, we can really bring this in. And that I think that backfired in their face, because they had I don't know the ins and outs of their deals. I mean, they could have been getting fucked by Microsoft. I don't know. But to me, it just looked like Microsoft wanted to keep them and they just wanted out. So they had to give them their IP, because Halo was made under Microsoft umbrella and it was theirs. I mean, I mean, they pulled
Halo put Microsoft on the map.
Oh, so for sure, hands down.
That's their
there was no way they were gonna lose Halo.
Yeah, they couldn't lose that. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that was then, and this is now. If I can call it, I say in about, not the gen cycle we're in, or the next one. I say maybe the one after that is where you're gonna start seeing the cloud gaming kind of just phase in. Maybe you buy a new system and it's literally like, you know, this small little thing, and you plug it to your TV, and you got, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think making systems anymore is really lucrative for them. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, because I see everybody's more fast paced now. Everybody is, you know, hooking up stuff and you know, doing different things. Like, systems are getting smaller, chips are getting smaller, things are getting smarter, except people. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't see them like making the biggest, best systems anymore. I think they're gonna start making the biggest, best networks. You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense. And that's a very real possibility, because I am Team Xbox, and so I watch. I pay attention to that. You know, what's going on with the Xbox. Xbox is actually trying to put Game Pass on TVs.
They already did. I mean, not Game Pass.
Well, they got the cloud. No, they're trying to put the actual Game Pass on the
I
TV.
know, yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're working out a deal with Samsung right now as we speak.
Okay, well that's good, right? That's good. It's cool. However, this is my thing. I don't think that you can completely stop making consoles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna be, because there's always gonna need to be something so you can get it. So for instance, not everybody's gonna go out and spend $5,000 on a new TV to play Xbox. No. Let's say you buy an older TV from Walmart that doesn't have the exclusive stuff in it, like chipsets and shit, to make it work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here you go. You can buy this small little Xbox device. You hook it up to your TV, and you get all your stuff.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Or maybe there could be maybe there'll be two different things. Maybe you can buy a console where, if you want to still put and that's what I'm saying. They're phasing out CDs, so God knows how long we have until there's no CDs. You know what I mean? So let's just say next gen. That's why I say not this gen coming, next gen after. Let's say this gen coming. Yeah, you get a new Xbox. Here's your new Xbox. Here's your new, you know, it got a CD thing in it. But you can buy this little one right here, hook it up to your TV, and you get Game Pass. And guess what? You don't have to spend $350 or $400 or $500. You pay $100 for this thing, hook it up to your TV, and you get Xbox anywhere. You already have controllers. You already have your games. All you got to do is Bluetooth it to that, and you good. But if you want an Xbox, go ahead. You could spend $455 on this piece of shit over here. You know, you got to understand that that's how they're gonna trick people into buying these things. They're gonna overcharge you for an Xbox, the big Xbox, and they're gonna tell you, hey, you can $500 this shit right here and play physical disc, and people are gonna get it because people want physical disc. But or you can buy this little one and pay $100 and still get everything without the disc. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but here's my pushback on that. I don't think that they're going to go. I don't think they're going to stop making consoles for two reasons. Number one, your TV has to be able to push out power. Like, is the TV going to be strong enough to push these games?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they can make it smaller and make it cheaper but powerful, then yeah. Because you got to remember, if they're going to stream it, your TV, all it has to do is receive the picture. So if they send it, if their setup is good and their systems, their networks are all good, and you can get a good service and you can play your games, it's gonna look great regardless, because it's not coming straight from the Xbox. Listen, when I played Stadia, it was streaming at, I think, 1080, and it looked great. I mean, it lagged every once in a while. It just depends on my connection. But if you want to get that kind of connection where it's gonna be perfect, I mean, yeah, you would have to have good internet and all that shit. But I can see it. I can see it happening, bro. Like, I would not be surprised in the next 10 years. There's no more consoles. There's just streaming platforms like Steam and shit like that. Like, yeah, you download games, but you can stream them.
But there's so much you gotta worry about, like network crashing and all of that, right? Like
I mean, yeah,
network at one time.
Yeah, I would think so, but I mean, look at games like Fortnite. Millions of people play that shit, and that game is not physically in your system. You know what I mean? That game is physically not in your system. PUBG, those games are not physically in your system. I mean, you download patches and shit like that. It probably helps, like play the game better. But the whole map is not downloaded, into your system and saved in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they could do the same thing with smaller hardware and bigger software. I'm telling you, dog. Okay, that's what's gonna happen to PlayStation. They're gonna get lost because Xbox is just gonna give everybody their games. They're gonna tell you, yo, you want to play Xbox on your Switch? Hey, if Nintendo lets us, you can play your Xbox on the Switch, and we'll give Nintendo.
See, my thing is this, because the second point I wanted to make, PlayStation. Microsoft is a beast in the PC world and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Sony can compete with them in that world.
No.
So Sony is going to continue to push out consoles.
And I'm telling you, bro, you remember what happened to Sega? Sega was trying to destroy, and don't get me wrong, man, I love Sega, but Sega was trying to one up everybody by putting the most into their console, and nobody understood what it was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, sometimes another company or somebody has to crash and burn for somebody else to learn from their mistakes to be more successful. So, for instance, Sega dropped the Dreamcast. It was top-notch graphics, CD, it had crazy space. I mean, they gave you everything you needed for almost dirt cheap. The console went online. Nobody understood it. Nobody used it. It just fell flat. So sometimes the best doesn't equal to sales, or sometimes the best doesn't equal to being popular. If anybody can explain that better, look at Nintendo. Nintendo realized 10 years ago that they don't have to compete with Xbox and PlayStation. They have not made a system that was, and I mean this in a hardware perspective, they have not competed with Xbox and PlayStation in over like 10 years.
Yeah.
Nothing they make is better than Xbox and PlayStation. But they continue to make console and make games and money because they are aiming for the audience that they have, which is the Pokemons, the Marios, and all these kind of games. You know what I'm saying? They don't give their games away like Xbox does. But they're gonna, if it wasn't for all the IPs that Nintendo has, they don't have to worry about like what PlayStation has to worry about, because PlayStation doesn't own any, besides God of War, they don't own any other IPs that are theirs. Like, yeah, they have the license to Spider-Man, but they don't own Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Insomniac doesn't
But
own
see,
Spider-Man.
what I'm saying, okay, so what's to say that Sony won't take the Nintendo route is what I'm asking. So let's say they're not trying to put out this console that, I don't know, can project stars on the wall and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. They just gonna make a console that plays game and is fun.
I don't think Sony can go the Nintendo route. They just don't have the, bro, like, off the top of your head, name 5 only PlayStation games that you want to play.
That's owned by
Only PlayStation. Only
PlayStation exclusive.
Exclusive.
I would say Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
God of War.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Wolverine.
Okay.
That's 4, right?
And those are and out of those 4, 2 you named that Sony doesn't own.
Okay, cool.
That they can lose those franchises. You know what I'm saying?
So, which is what I'm saying. So exclusives don't make sense. Like
that's what I'm talking. And that's what I'm saying. Like it makes sense if you have the history. Like, for instance, Nintendo has history because they have all their IPs are theirs and theirs only. Yeah. You can't play Zelda on Xbox ever. You know what I'm saying? You can't play Mario on PlayStation ever. That's what I mean. Like, Nintendo knows that they're rich. Their culture is rich. Like, they have IPs they haven't touched in years, and they know they can bring them out and they throw some paint on it, and strong, bro. There's people begging for, like, Kid Icarus? Kid Icarus, yeah. Bro, they haven't touched the IPs in ever. I mean, yeah, he's in Smash Brother games, but I'm talking about like a real Kid Icarus game that you haven't seen one in a minute. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo's rich in IPs. The console can last on 5 fucking games: Mario, Smash Brothers, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Zelda. Like, literally, that's been the lifespan of the Switch. Don't get me wrong; they have a lot of indie games, and that's another thing. We'll touch on that in a minute. But indie games is what's keeping a lot of these systems afloat, because a lot of people are playing indie games more than studio games. You know what I'm saying? So the Nintendo has a bunch of indie games on there, which are actually pretty cool because I played a couple of them. But if we go back to just the IPs they own, the Zelda, Mario Kart, Mario, Smash Brothers, and these games are keeping Nintendo and the Switch afloat. Metroid, these games are keeping Nintendo afloat. Bro, the Switch is, Jesus Christ, how old is the Switch now? I think it's going on 7 years, almost. Bro, I remember when I bought the Switch, me and Jess waited online in Best Buy, and we got the Switch. And I got a Switch, I got the LED joint, because that one was way better. Like, that, bro, the technology in the Switch is old, bro. Like, it's old. And Nintendo they don't compete with Xbox and Microsoft, with Xbox and Sony anymore. They just don't. They make games as best as they can and squeeze out everything they can out of these little chipsets that are like 10 years old already. Nintendo knows that they don't have to compete. They don't have to make a system look the greatest. They don't, bro. We're playing Pokemon that looks like bro. Listen, I'm playing Pokemon I played Arceus and the Violet. It looks like they cut out some of the grass and with paper and glued it into the game because it looks so cheap. Like, it looks like a paper mache game.
I respect Nintendo because they're keeping their games fun, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the art form, to make it fun.
Right, and I get all that, but like I said, Game Freak, if you watching this ever, you lazy motherfuckers, they minimum Pokemon experience. Don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon. Me and the kid played all the time. We out here collecting Pokemon like crackheads. But the problem is that Game Freak is the laziest fucking developed software company ever, bro. They know they got a hardcore fan base, and they know that the fans love Pokemon, and they know that they're gonna be behind it all the time. But they give you bare fucking minimum, bro. Like, you can't tell me that I could play Dragon Ball Kakarot on the Switch and it looks amazing and it looks great for as old as the Switch is. It doesn't look better than Xbox and all the other ones, but it looks okay. And Xenoverse and all these games that look fun and still play good, but you give me this new Pokemon game and it looks like somebody paper mache the grass with glue to the floor, like glitches everywhere. It's just lazy, bro. It's lazy. Like, you have all these years to come out with the best Pokemon game ever, and this is what you come out with. Like, it's good, but it's not the best, bro. The graphics is terrible, bro. Like, sometimes I'm playing this shit, I'm like, yo, this looks like a fucking 5-year-old. Well, it probably is. It looks like a 5-year-old game, bro. And that's what I'm saying. They're just too lazy. They know they have fan base. They know as soon as they slap Pokemon on that cardboard box, and they're gonna ship it out, people are gonna go crazy and love it, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Is it graphics or art style?
It's the graphics for sure, bro. It's definitely great because the art style's not bad. It's just the graphics. Like, the Pokemon look okay, but like if you playing the game and off at the distance you see a Pokemon, it's like. And then when you get closer, that's when that shit starts. Like, and if I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the comments. But if they agree with me, tell me in the comments too. Instead of, I love Pokemon, but I don't want to play a game like that. I think that's why they so pissed off at that Power World game. I ain't gonna front. That Power World game it looks dope. I want to play it. But it looks dope, bro. Come on, bro. The goddamn Pokemon, you can make them do shit and they can farm your yards and build shit and get resources and you can fly, you can ride them, you can shoot these motherfuckers, you got a gun. Like, and Nintendo's mad at that shit. And why? Because somebody took an idea and made their idea better. Like, come on, dude. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo's old. Like they're never gonna put out a system. I'm pretty sure if a Switch 2 comes out, which I'm pretty sure is gonna come out before. If Switch 2 don't come out by next year, people are gonna riot Nintendo. I promise you. They're gonna go to the Nintendo base and they're gonna throw rocks at these fucking windows. And if they have windows that are too high, they're gonna throw rocks at their cars because people want a new Switch. We are tired of playing on this old software. We're tired of getting the game freezing. Like, it's just old, bro. It's old. And then Nintendo gets mad when people mod their games because they take so long to drop new shit, bro. Like, how you got like Xbox putting out the most powerful systems and Sony putting out the crazy systems and Nintendo's just like, oh well, you know, hey, we're just gonna put out another system with, you know, a cell phone processor in that bitch, and you guys are gonna play it.
That's what I was saying about the cloud gaming. So how is the cloud going to be strong enough to process these games?
Because you got to remember that when they cloud game, that shit comes from their fucking base of operation. So if they have good whatever, you know, computers that are gonna send these games out, as long as they're pumping, all they gotta do is keep up with the maintenance. That's it, and just keep them games going. Bro, I watched a video of Stadia setup. Like, they did it. Believe it or not, there's a video out there where they actually walk you through their computer rooms and shit, and there's like these big fucking stupid tall computers just computing and doing all this crazy shit, colors and lights everywhere. Bro, I mean, it was probably a couple $1 billion probably to set that bitch up, but I don't know how it failed so fucking bad. I don't know. I hope they can recycle all that bullshit. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. If cloud gaming is gonna be the next wave in the next 15 to 20 years, I give it. But like I said, Sony needs to really figure out what they're gonna do, because if not, they're gonna fall behind. And I know that, you know, they're trying hard with the consoles and I think Sony's the only one, and this is why I respect Sony so much, because I think Sony's the only one that's trying to preserve the way we play game, like CD, Not saying that they're not greedy, because they're a company, and I don't give a fuck. If you're any company, you're greedy. But I think they're just trying to keep the old style of playing games, but also try to keep up with the multiplayer aspect of games. Because you got to remember, a lot of their games are one player based. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like Sony gives you the same thing every year, though. I mean, I feel like they're not innovative in no form. Like, they're not innovative at all.
You know what it is? They play it safe. They know what they're gonna launch a new console. Guess what's coming out? You're gonna get a Spider-Man game. You're gonna get a God of War game. Like, those are their. Even though Spider-Man 2 just came out, but Miles Morales came out around the time when they were launching PS5. So they even revamped all the old Spider-Man games for PS5. Graphics and shit, which look really good, by the way. But it's just Sony is playing it safe. They know how to get their numbers up when they need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front. Every time I bought a PlayStation, it was to only play PlayStation games. I never bought a PlayStation to play anything else I can buy on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I only ever had a PlayStation to play Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Crash Bandicoot, back when Crash was. And see, that's another thing. Like, Sony had their hands on so many good IPs and let them go. Sony had Crash Bandicoot and let them go.
But I don't think those companies wanted to do business with Sony.
No, it could be that, but it also could be that Sony used them to come up, and then was like, oh, whatever, you guys want to go somewhere else? Fuck off, you ain't gonna make the money. And or they could have just been like, we don't want to be with you. Okay, well, you're released. You gave us our 3 games. Go for it. And they're probably kicking themselves in the ass now.
Well, see, I feel that way because of the Activision deal. Because Sony and Activision had some type of deal. Well, the game came out on PlayStation first. You got exclusive skins. You got double XP weekend. Because me and my friend, we was playing dang there every night.
Yeah.
I'm on level 50. They on level 100. I'm like, how y'all doing this? And then we get in the group chat. Hey, y'all got this gun? Y'all got this skin? I'm like, nah, man, we got that. Because they had that deal with Activision. So what I'm saying is, why didn't Activision sell to Sony? I mean, I know Microsoft threw that big old number at them, but you were already in business with Sony.
And that's what I'm saying, man. It just, people are greedy, man, out here, bro. Everybody wants to get the most for for what it was or what it is, but I don't know, man. It's just, at the end of the day, man, like, everybody wants the place to come first. When we don't, it's the money first, and then everything we want. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can see that with EA. It's always about the money. It's never about the players. You know what I'm saying? It's always about how much they can pull from whatever game they're gonna sell next or whatever they drop it.
I feel like that's why a lot of games are going free to play.
Yeah. So they don't have to.
Microtransactions.
Yeah, they don't have to physically make any disc. They can upgrade or take the game down whenever they want. You can't keep it. It's not yours. So if they fucking fold tomorrow, all your skins and everything you spent on is gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, all right. So you got 3 consoles. You got three companies: Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, all playing the game different. Microsoft is pushing for world domination. They want to get all the studios. Microsoft is doing they're doing this. They want to buy everything so everything could be on everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They buy everything and then they could put it out everywhere, and then they could drown Sony, literally. They could literally tell you want to buy a Sony PlayStation just to play Spider-Man? Man, fuck that. Buy this shit, put it on your TV, and you get all the games you want, and you just pay a monthly fee for, X amount of dollars a month. I mean, it's a no-brainer, kid. Like, if they own most of the cool games, you're gonna get an Xbox. Now, if you want to play Spider-Man or God of War, Yeah, you're gonna have to go spend $500 on the PlayStation, $60 on the game, or $70 now, just to play one game. Come on, bro. Do the math. It don't make sense. You have to make that make sense, and it doesn't. It doesn't make sense to spend almost $600, $700 on a console, buy the game, bring it home, and then probably buy other shit online later. So the game costs way over $100 and something because you want DLC too. So now you almost what $800-900 in a hole for one console, one game in a year span. When you could just buy the Xbox and this little thing that you could hook to your TV and pay $14 a month, and you could play hundreds of fucking games. If you didn't have Game Pass, you would have to buy the game. But I don't think PlayStation gives you shit like that.
But see, it's like Starfield was day one. You could play Game Pass day one, and Halo you play Game Pass day one. But those are first party games.
Right.
Spider-Man is not first party though, right? So maybe that's why.
Technically it is because it's only Sony, but it's not a Sony. I mean, it's a Sony game, but you know what I'm saying. But
it's a first party
exclusive, right? But only through Sony. But it's not a Sony game. I don't know if that makes sense. But Sony didn't develop it. Insomniac did. So that's what I think.
It's Marvel's property.
Right, exactly. So it's not like...
And because it's Marvel's property, they probably couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I could be wrong, but I don't... Like I said, I don't have PlayStation Plus. I'm just not paying for PlayStation Plus because there's nothing on there that really is worth me playing online, like, at all, because they really don't have a bunch of games I'm wanting to play on there online. Like, I don't know. I liked Ghost of Tsushima was an awesome game. That online shit was dope, but even that doesn't hold weight. Like, it wasn't like a GTA or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, a lot of these games, once you play them, like, the replay value is just not there.
It really isn't.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I replayed that a lot. Other than that, maybe Halo.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It just...
So it's I don't feel like I really... Video game exclusives are terrible for gaming because number one, they don't make sense, and it's causing these companies to do stupid stuff, man. Like they price it the way they price these things, and the access to the game, and it sucks. It's stupid. I don't like it.
Look, I don't mind the competition because that's what keeps the you know that's what keeps the industry fresh. Because if it was just one console, then we'd be fucked. They could charge you a bunch of money. It'll just be dumb. But the issue I think is that I think all three companies are trying to, you know, bring something new to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to not like they, you know, Microsoft sees Sony going a route. They don't want to go that route. You know, Nintendo is going a different route. I think with just the way the whole setup is now, I don't know. I just feel like PlayStation is gonna do something so different than Microsoft, and then Microsoft is gonna do something so different than Nintendo, and Nintendo is gonna do something so different than all of them. That I think that if they can figure out a way to coexist together with different situations, great. Then by all means, fuck it. I'll buy a Nintendo. I'll buy a Xbox and a Switch, which I literally have. I have 3 Switches. Well, I had 3. I have Xbox Series X, and I got all of them. PlayStation 5, 4. I still have. The kid got the 4. Like I literally have. I have a Quest 2 and 3. I got 4 fucking VR headsets in my house, bro. Like, that's how real video games is in my crib, and that's how much I love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my lifeline as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I love supporting the video game culture. You know what I'm saying? It was always good to me. It was always fun. I made friends. I love the people I fuck with when it comes to video games, and I want to continue to support them because it's just great. It keeps everything grounded. But I cannot support buying games that are just shitty all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or just way too expensive and not worth the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro, I've been playing Pokemon games forever. I literally stopped playing Pokemon games because I got tired of them releasing the same shit, the same shitty game for years, bro. And don't get me wrong, like people love them, but like we have to learn to not love them so they can give us something better.
Bro, like we was talking trash about Dragon Ball Z and too much Goku, but Pokemon, that formula,
bro,
sword, shield, red, blue, moon, sun, like,
and I look, I could get past the color scheme shit. I don't care if they call it inside out ass, outside out ass. I don't care. Just give me a Pokemon game that is not trash and that doesn't look like it was made 10 years ago every fucking 10 years. And then it just takes so long to get these games, and when you get them, it's like, bro, I waited 5 years for this? Like, what the fuck was I thinking, bro?
You have a point about Nintendo. Nintendo takes way too long for they IPs, whatever they produce.
Bro, it's just listen, I bought Breath of the Wild. It was mind blowing how great and new and innovative that game was. Mind blowing. I haven't played a game like. Remember, Zelda doesn't come out all the time, and when it does, it's always a fresh experience, right? So when Breath of the Wild came out, bro, I bought it. I waited in line. I got it. Boom, played it. Loved it. Great game. Awesome. It was a little different, but I was like, fuck it. It was good. I wanted to play the Zelda game, and I loved it. Waited a bunch of years, and they dropped Tears of the Kingdom. Bro, I don't know what the fuck Nintendo was thinking when they dropped that shit, bro. I was hyper than a motherfucker when this game came out, bro. I was watching videos every day. Fucking game comes out, I download it the day before so it could be ready in my motherfucking Nintendo when I play that shit the next day after work. Come home, tell everybody, fuck off, I want to play this game. Don't talk to me. I want to play this game. I told Jess, I love you. I want to play this game. Told the kids, I want to play this game. And even after saying all that, I still had to do some shit. I couldn't play the game. But I eventually played the game, right? Put the game on. I'm sitting there on the couch. I got my Switch in my hand, got my drink on the side, and I'm like, I'm ready to put this shit on. I play it. First fucking scene. Link is jumping, falling from the sky after you do your and I'm like, yeah, this is the shit right here. I'm fucking with it. Start playing it, bro. It's fucking Minecraft Link. Fuck you, Nintendo, for that bullshit. Listen, if anybody, don't get me wrong, people said it was the best game ever. They love it, bro. You can literally play that game right after you get your hand, because Link gets like this magic fucking Thanos hand, gauntlet looking shit, right? He uses this shit to grab shit and link it together, literally. Bro, you can chop down 20 fucking trees and make a stick as long as the map, and you can use that to climb to everything you need to get to. You don't need to, bro. The game makes it where it's so easy to beat the game. You don't even need weapons. You can, bro, check this shit out. You can fuse. There's another power. Once you get in the game, you can fuse shit together. So you can take like a stick, a tree stick, and a rock, fuse it together, and it makes a stick rock at the tip, like a sword or whatever. And you can go and beat people. Like, you don't even need the master sword no more. You don't need. You can build like rockets that fly you in the air once you start getting the jets. And bro, I was playing the game and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to build rockets. Like, I want to play a dungeon crawling game. I want to be Link. I want to go find my shield. I want to go beat up people in a mountain, and I want to find these things. I don't want to make. You understand? Like, I didn't mind the first Breath of the Wild because the first Link Zelda game, because you can build stuff and you could do that, but it wasn't this crazy where you're building anything out of everything. And like, you don't even need to find the master sword because you can probably beat the game if I tied up 3 trees to a rock and a rocket. Like, bro, I'm gonna tell you this fucking dead ass truth, bro. I stopped playing it, bro. Midway, it was like, I don't want to play this shit, bro. This shit's whack. I don't want to do this. Like, if to me, Nintendo was trying to appeal to the younger audience with that Minecraft shit, with the breaking the trees down and gluing them together. I was watching videos online of people building robots and all this crazy shit. I'm like, laser beams. Like, I watched this one kid build a mech out of wood and lasers and rockets, and this thing would just walk through and kill everything. He didn't have to do nothing. Why, that's all great. I don't want to do that. I don't want to build a mech in Zelda and fight all the way to Gandalf. I don't want to do that. That's just dumb. I want to play a game where I look for a sword and my shield and adventure. I don't want to build a mech or a tree stick. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Nintendo losing their edge on some of these things, bro. Like, and they know it's gonna sell because we wait so long for it. Same thing with Game Freak. Lazy. Game Freak is a lazy studio. You got people bootlegging Pokemon games that look better than actual Pokemon games. That's sad. When some kid in his basement can make a game look better than a whole studio.
For real.
If
not only does
happening,
it look better, but it plays better and it's a lot more fun. It's sad, bro.
If I was Nintendo, instead of going after people who do that, I would go after them and hire them.
Hire them, yes.
You know what I mean? Job. You, like, for instance, Power World. I was watching a video of some guy in Australia. I don't know his name, but he made
he put Ash Ketchum in the game.
He put the skins. Like, I'm talking about on every single Pokemon and every single person. He put Brock, he put Misty, he put Ash, and the skins look great. The game plays like, it looks fun. Like, Ash is walking around with an AK. Yeah, it looks crazy, but bro, tell me you wouldn't want to shoot a Pokemon in the face. Like, listen, the game looks. It made Power World look 10 times more fun. And I think this is the reason why people are gravitating towards the game, because the game is everything they wanted in a Pokemon game. Open world, looks pretty.
Even the guns?
Bro, the guns are probably a little bit extra, but they had to throw something in there to make it not Pokemon. And the guns were the. Because if there was no guns, it's a Pokemon game. With guns, not so much anymore Pokemon game. That's what I'm saying. If I was Nintendo and I saw that, I would have went and scooped up that studio real quick. Oh, they made Power. Okay, well, let's make them come over here and make us a game or build on what they did. But instead, they want to do cease and desist and all this crazy, like, sue. Bro, don't sue them. Pick them up. Go get them. Scoop them up. Make them work for you. Make them make Pokemon great again. Oh. Whoa. You heard what I just said? Bro, where's my Donald Trump hair? Where's my Donald? I gotta get me a MAGA hat. I gotta get me a make Pokemon great again hat, bro. But that is my thing with Nintendo. I love Nintendo and hate Nintendo at the same time. Like I wish they would listen more. They don't. Nintendo doesn't listen to their core audience. They really don't. I believe Sony does and Microsoft is, but Nintendo doesn't. They alienate that whole themselves. I promise you, when Switch 2 comes out, everybody's gonna be hyped. They're gonna go get it, and there's not gonna be a dope game to play on it because it's probably gonna be old software anyway. So it doesn't even matter if there's a dope game to play on it. It doesn't matter. And so,
like my issue with Nintendo, that damn Star Fox franchise. Bro.
Exactly, another one. Like that's my favorite. You have all these IPs, but the problem is that they don't want to let people develop the games for them. Everything has to be in-house. Everything has to be Nintendo. Everything has to be, Game Freak is. They do Pokemon because obviously they came, they were the first ones to make the game and whatnot. And they're the owners, but it's in-house. You know what I'm saying? Mario's in-house, Zelda's in-house, Kirby's in-house, everything's in-house. They don't have enough people to work on these games and get them out as fast as they need to. Why do you think they keep re-releasing games that they re-released 3 years ago? Like most of the Switch games were old Wii U games. Mario Kart 8, the first Smash Brothers, like they were all re-released Wii U games. They just re-released them again to kind of just keep the ball rolling on the hype of the Switch.
Man, we deserve better, man.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, until we stop buying shitty Switch games, they're not gonna stop. But see, that's the problem with gamers. Gamers are the most loyal people on the earth. We would religiously go out and buy the same game on different consoles that we've played 5 years ago just for the fact that we have a love for the game. Like for instance, Sleeping Dog. Do you remember that game?
Sleeping Dog.
It was like a GTA game.
Yeah.
It was like Japanese.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
It was Square Enix made it, bro. Great fucking game, bro. It's so good, and I played it literally on 360, Xbox One when it came out. I think I got it on PlayStation because I think it came out on PlayStation first, and I bought it every time. Every time, if it was on sale or not, I have Sleeping Dog on probably every console except Switch because it's not on Switch. But I played it and I love it, and it's an old game and it's still good. The storyline's amazing. It's Japanese, so you already know I love it. It's karate. It's GTA with kicking and punching, which was it was just a good game.
Yeah, good.
It was a good game, and that's what I'm saying. We're loyal to the T. Gamers, we're gonna go out and buy that game. It doesn't matter if it has nostalgia to it for us. We're gonna buy it. People buy old retro games not to play them. We buy because it brings you back to a point in your life.
Yeah.
I got a Mortal Kombat arcade 1-up over there that I modded the fuck out. I bought it because of the nostalgia, bro. I play it every now and then, but I didn't buy it to play it like that. I bought it because it brought me back. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I mean, the companies are not gonna learn until we stop throwing our money at them and giving us trash. I mean, it is what it is.
If only if it was that simple, man.
Yeah, no, man. We gotta fucking start boycotting fucking Pokemon, and I'm just tired of buying the same game over and over again when it comes to Pokemon, and I'm tired of putting money out there and fucking shit's trash, bro. I fucking hate it, bro. You don't understand that shit. When I bought Tears of the Kingdom and I played that shit, and this shit was dumb. And don't get me wrong, like I said, it's dumb to me, probably great for somebody else out there, but I don't want to play. I want to play like when I played Ocarina of Time, bro. Amazing. You play as Link, and you go out and you saving the tree and he dies and you cry a little bit, and then you go out there and you get your time stones, and then you didn't even know you were gonna grow up. You just thought you were gonna be Kid Link the whole time, and then the game took a whole different turn on you. Like that wow factor you got because you thought you were grown with Link. I ain't get that shit in Tears of the Kingdom. I got it in Breath of the Wild. I got that same feeling when I was going through it. It was big, it was vast, it was crazy. Not with Tears of the Kingdom, bro. That diving to the sky and then diving into the floor and then going into... Nah, that shit was whack, bro. I'm sorry. I don't want to do all that.
Video game exclusives are, or at least should be, a thing of the past.
Yeah, you tell us down below. Let us know how you feel about video game exclusives. Tell us what's your favorite exclusive from back in the day to today day to tomorrow day. Let us know what game or what system you buy just for that one game, or what game you just want to play that's exclusive. Just let us know down in the comments below. Let us know how good of a job we're doing or how shitty of a job we're doing. We take all comments. If my hat looks shitty and my Shenron looks like an asshole, then that's on you. But just let me know. We out.
Peace, people.
Latest.
Man. Well, so we say all of that to say this.
Yep. Wrapping it up.